Hello everybody, I am Interact. This is Slay the Spire. Welcome back. What is that on my desk? I do not know. Let's play some Slay the Spire, shall we? Let us ascend with the Silent because we're far behind in our ascension with this character. Obtain a curse. Give me a random boss relic. Okay, Black Star. Sure, World Star Hip Hop. I actually didn't check where the most elites was because the most elites is over here. And I didn't go that direction. Can I restart? The answer is no. There is no restarting in life or in the video. Well, actually there is restarting in the video game, but that doesn't really fit my narrative that I was trying to build here. So I said no instead. How are you doing? How's your life going? Speaking of life, you know, I'm sure that a lot of people, just in general, are probably in school. I am not. I have been done with school for what feels like a million years now. I kind of miss it sometimes, you know? Because like school is, it's nice, right? I'm talking specifically about high school in this context. It's nice to just kind of like, you know, be able to go somewhere, kind of. The classes weren't super difficult. You can just kind of hang out, see your friends, kind of chill. You know? Oh man. Sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I'm like, dude, that place sucked. It was awful. I'm glad I'm out of there. Be prepared. I want to be prepared. Just like I wasn't prepared for college. That's a true story. You're getting reality here. Okay, at the Interact plays Slay the Spire show place thing. I don't have a name for this. There is no name for this. Besides Insanity. I think Insanity would be the proper name for this. I probably should have taken a defensive card there. But who needs defensive cards when you can backstab things? Do I want to remove a card? I think I'm gonna chill for now. Let's upgrade this thing right here, because that's the best. I don't know, school's weird. It's probably, well, I say probably, I'm not actually entirely certain. It might just be an American thing. It's probably a thing in most countries, where parents kind of, it's almost expected for you to go to college. Which is weird because, you know, college it's not for everyone. There's a lot of people that would probably benefit from not even attempting to go to college. And I don't mean that in a, they're not good enough for college or they're not smart enough or whatever. I mean that in like, there are other jobs that you don't need a college degree for that you can make a lot of money doing, right? So let me tell you a little story here. We'll have a little story time. Okay. A little bit of story time. Probably should have kept that and used it to defend, but whatever. So I have many friends. Shocking start to a story, I know. No one would have guessed. One of them is currently at school for getting his degree in pharmacy. Medical degree? A doctorate in pharmacy. Whatever the heck that's called. I guess it's called a doctorate in pharmacy. Which is great for him, right? That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be a pharmacist. But he's gonna get out of school with like 6 figures worth of debt, I believe. Which is, you know, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of debt. But I mean, you know, obviously he'll make good money when he actually starts working once he's out of school. But it'll take him a while to kind of pay off all that debt. Then I have another friend who went to school for a while, didn't really like it, dropped out, taught himself how to program, and then went to work for Google and made 6 figures. Obviously he didn't directly go to work for Google. He worked at, you know, some software development company and then eventually went to work for Google. He's a very smart guy. But, you know, it just wasn't college wasn't what he needed to do, right? To get where he wanted to go. You know, he taught himself how to program and just worked on that and kept at it and eventually ended up at Google making a bunch of money. You know, there's a lot of professions, like, maybe they're not, I think there's a lot of like labor professions, right, that aren't seen as being prestigious, I guess might be an appropriate word for it. Like being like a plumber, right? I don't think anyone, I mean, maybe someone dreams of being a plumber when they're growing up. They're like, I just want to work on toilets and sinks and stuff when I grow up. If so, great, dude. Live your dreams, right? I'm all about that. I'm all about keeping your goals realistic, but trying to live the reality that you want to live, right? But they make a lot of money. Plumbing does. Plumbers do, I should say. And I don't believe that you have to have much. There is some training involved, obviously, because it's, you know, it's not general labor, right? It's like, it's a specialized labor. It's there's the trained labor. I believe untrained labor is the kind that you don't need any special training for, which makes absolute sense. I'll take dodge and roll. But like trained labor, I think is where I feel like it's just like a lot of people don't. This card's a meme. A lot of people don't view it as like a viable path, but it is. It absolutely is, right? You can make tons of money doing it. You know, you can become like an electrician or something. Or working construction. I don't know if that's untrained or not. I think it might depend on the construction, but yeah, you can make a lot of money doing that. And it's good. It's good money. Obviously, it's hard work. That's why it's called labor. But you can make a decent amount of money doing it, and you can just start it right out of high school, you know? And I think that there, maybe in other countries, that's viewed in more of a positive light. It feels like, here in America, the only viewpoint I can speak to, personally, that it's not really viewed as a legitimate path by most people. And, you know, possibly that is because I did... Oh my god, get out of here. I did grow up in a decently affluent area. You know, upper middle class, roughly. So maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's a socioeconomic thing, you know? But I feel like... Maybe it's just a... Maybe for the older generation, it was easier to do, and you went into less debt and whatnot. That's possible. Oh my god. But it feels like for the current generation, I mean, you go into a lot of debt if you go to college, and if you don't get a job straight out of it, which is difficult to do, it's not easy to get a job straight out of college. You can end up being in debt for possibly your whole life. I mean, I've heard stories of that happening to people. And it's crazy to think that, you know, people are encouraging you to go into debt for the rest of your life. Am I dead? Maybe? I hate being hit with frail. Yeah, I'm dead. Darn it. I don't know. I dropped out of school. In fact, I've dropped out of school. Well, been kicked out of, you know, it's kind of the same thing, right? About, I think 3 or 4 times now. And when I say that, people are like, well, I think the first question typically, besides what are you stupid, then I'm like, hey, fuck you, dude. The typical first question is like, why'd you keep going back? My wife even asked me that. She was like, why do you keep going back if you just keep dropping out? And I think it's because of societal pressure. Obviously parental pressure. More specifically in my case. But I think there is just a societal pressure to go to college. And I think that there is a lot of people. I'm not glorifying dropping out of college. Don't misunderstand me, please. My path is not the path for everyone. I don't have all the answers. Okay. But I mean, when I was younger, I did want to be a father, and that's what I am. So I'm living my dream, even if it seems like a weird dream to most people. Because it's not, you know, it's not your typical American dream, you know. To be a stay-at-home father, more specifically than just to be a father, because I think being a father is a typically most people want to have children because we have a biological imperative programmed within us. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's different in other countries. I hope it is, because I think it's awful. I think it's terrible that so many people feel like they have to go to college or they won't be able to succeed in life. What do I want here? Envenom could be okay. I'd kind of like a way to discard to make Sneaky Strike work. Dramatic Entrance. You don't get much AoE in this character, this class, so that could be okay. This is a pretty solid first turn. See if we can draw. Nah. I was hoping to draw Neutralize there. I feel like there's a lot of I don't know what the right word is. Bias, maybe? Preference towards having people their children having people having their children. I know how to speak English. Listen, okay? Just because I dropped out of school doesn't make me stupid. And I think that's another thing that isn't handled with the best of grace in media and in society in general, is that, you know, people who drop out aren't stupid necessarily. Now, some people can drop out because they're not cut out for it, you know? They're not smart enough to cut it. Like, if I went to Harvard, I don't think I'm Harvard smart. I think I'm, you know, middle of the road college smart. I don't think I'd cut it at Harvard. I had an uncle that went to Harvard. He's a very smart man. He's a doctor. You know, he's a smart guy. I don't think I'm as smart as him. But it's just crazy that, you know, people are always like, oh, what, do you drop out of college because you're like a dropout stoner? And I'm like, no, I don't do drugs at all. Why am I upgrading Dramatic Entrance? I don't know, because the artwork's kind of cool looking. That's where I am in my life right now, to Slay the Spire. I upgrade cards that have cool art. I'm like, yeah, that card looks cool. Might as well upgrade it, right? Wrong. It's a slippery slope. Don't upgrade cards based on their artwork. Or do. I really don't care. Get rid of that, and then we Sneaky Strike him, and then we Neutralize Strike. Yeah, sure. I don't know, but then I feel like maybe on the other side, there are a lot of people that almost glorify dropping out of college. Or school in general. I apply it to college. There are people that drop out of high school. Obviously, once again, I came from a higher socioeconomic group, and you would see in the typical, I'm trying to say this without seeming like a douchebag, but I'm gonna seem like a douchebag, so whatever. Than the typical group that you would think of when you think of someone who has dropped out of high school. It's not terrible to drop out of high school. I think possibly dropping out of high school is just a mistake. I guess if you drop out and get your GED, that's fine. But having at least that basic level of education, I think, is important. I wouldn't say anyone should not have at least a GED level of education, because I do think that is very important to have. Just because it teaches you a lot of basics that you can use to, you know, navigate your way through life. Depending on what you actually learn at your high school. This hand sucks. Yeah, because a lot of people glorify it. They're like, well, you know, Bill Gates dropped out of college. I'm like, yeah, well, Bill Gates is a genius. Okay? Same with, like, Steve Jobs. Like, well, Steve Jobs dropped out of college. And he's a billionaire. I'm like, yeah, because he didn't need college. Right? Like, he was smart enough to do what he needed to do without college. Not in spite of not going to college, you know? He's a smart guy. Unless you're Steve Jobs smart, you should probably just go to college. If that's what you want. If you want to be in, the, you know, the tech industry or start a company. I think starting a company without an MBA might be a... Maybe it'd be fine. I don't know. Depends on what kind of company you're trying to start up, right? If you're trying to start up like an Apple, unless you're Steve Jobs, you might want an MBA to do that kind of thing. And it is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of money invested in. Oh, quick slash. Ah, whatever, dude. Yeah, give me the loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Damn it. I mean, I pretty much knew I was going to have a fight here. I have no illusions about that. I probably should have strength potioned. Hit me with a dodge and roll. Just so I can get a little extra block next turn. That might be a bad idea. Nah, whatever. It's a great idea. See, perfect. Beautiful idea. The best idea I've ever had. Outside of dropping out of college. It's a joke. Take it so seriously. It can only be played if there are no other cards in your hand. I'll take a malaise. I think a malaise is very good. Also, I just like saying the word malaise. I don't know. What's my advice for this random rant that this tangent that I've gone off on? I think my advice would be, I don't know, do what you love what you do. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do, what you should and shouldn't do. Just do you. I hate this. I don't have enough damage to break this guy. The heck am I doing? And when I do have enough damage to break the guy, I'd break him at freaking 66. God damn. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind is what I'm doing. Oh god. Frail and weak. Make that the freaking interact story. Frail and weak, the interact story. Story of how one man got frail and weak at the same time. And was splitting things at 33. That's a special kind of bad at this game. I maybe should have just attacked more. Am I gonna die on the first boss again? Wouldn't that be silly? The answer is yes. So I need to malaise him to stay alive. Or I could use a fairy in a bottle. think I'm just gonna do it like that. I stay alive with 1 HP. Oh my god. Come on. Give me something to work with here. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing everything over here. I'm losing my sense of time, my sense of balance, my sense of self. That's not true. Those are all like signs of... Am I gonna use both these fairies in a bottle? Wow. They said it couldn't be done. They said one man could not be this bad at a video game. I've proved them wrong. Oh my god, am I actually dead? Again? He splits at 33. I will put him to 35. How can one man be so bad at video games? Today we will find out on America's top bad at video games players. That's not a real thing. In case you thought it was for some reason, in which case, what are you doing? Get some help. Of course that's not a real thing. I mean, if it was, they would just feature Northernlion every week. And it would be really boring. Be very repetitive. I don't know. I make fun of NL a lot. At least he's successful, you know what I'm saying? Here, there you go. I'll say it for you. I take risky. I'll say it for you. At least he has subscribers. Boom. There you go. Roasted myself. Get at me, me. Let's go this way. Enter dramatically and not play that first for some reason. I'm just gonna malaise on 1 to get rid of 2 of the artifact. Because it's really not that important to do it any other way. But now we've gotten rid of all of it. I think Afterimage was a pretty good pickup. It helps out a little bit. I don't think we're in a great position with this deck yet. I don't really know what it's going to take to get into a great position with this deck. Maybe Turnip, honestly. Turnip would be a really big pickup. If we could find that in the shop or something. This gives me a good way to enable my Sneaky Strike. I will definitely read the tome. I love books. I love knowledge. I actually can't even remember what the last book I read was. Oh, there's Ginger. That's pretty close to what I was talking about. Only problem is I'm too old away. Mind Blast isn't very good here. Let's be honest with ourselves. Tools of the Trade is a pretty good pickup, so I'll take it. And that's the end of that discussion. Give me a relic. Wow. Can you give me a good relic next time? This is why I don't give to the homeless. Because they give you garbage relics. You know? They stand outside of McDonald's? I don't know. All day. I did not mean to click that. And they're like, can you spare some change, sir? I'll give you a relic. And I'm like, is it a good relic? And they're like, yeah, no, absolutely, it'll be the best relic. And then it's a freaking centennial puzzle. And I'm like, you lied to me. You looked me in the eye. I thought we had, you know, an understanding here. That we were gonna view each other as equals and have some amount of trust. And then you just give me a centennial puzzle? What's wrong with you? Who do you think you are? Eviscerate's really good if we're going discard. Now to kind of segue away from that weird conversation I'm having with myself. I don't really think we want this shop. I think what we want is some good relics. Some of that good relic stuff. Dexterity potion. Yeah. I'm sorry, I mean speed potion, of course. Once again, stop clicking on the middle of the screen when you end your turn. You have Nilri's Codex. You lovable, affable, beautiful human being. Give me a Bane. I literally have no way to poison him outside of that poison potion that I threw. So why did I take Bane? Good question. If you find out the answer, congratulations, you found out the answer. I don't think I want strike. I'm gonna survivor away this. No, this. We're gonna resign ourselves to a little bit of damage. No, we're not. Stop clicking on the screen when there's a thing that you... I'm calm. I'm just gonna start putting my cursor in the bottom half, like this, on the other monitor, every time I hit end turn. What I need to do really is use the keyboard. I normally hit E, and right now I'm not hitting E. Rid of this block, because we can Bane him, which hits really hard. Ooh. We're getting very close to just killing him. Let's malaise that guy. Okay. Good. I need to hit E though. Why did I stop hitting E? Omaiwamu. However you pronounce the rest of that, I've already butchered it enough. You know the meme though. Then he says Nani, and then there's a deer rape sound for some reason. Which I've never understood what it is with the memes and their fascination with playing absurdly loud sounds that make you want to rip your eyes out. Why does ripping your eyes out have anything to do with sound? Shut up. How about that? How's that sound? Give me a glass knife. It's horrible against this guy, but whatever. Stop it. He's already dead. I hit E. I'm gonna take backstab. Maybe I should just look at my ascension level. How does that sound? After image, beautiful. I really need to upgrade that after image. Hit E. Take your hand off the mouse. Beautiful. I have done it. Give me distraction. I always do that event hoping to get Necronomicon, and I feel like I never get Necronomicon. It's actually really good. I mean, we've got this Eviscerate that we're kind of working towards. Adrenaline, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, no race can give you things like Adrenaline where you're like, wow, how could I have ever doubted this relic? And then sometimes it doesn't give you things like Adrenaline. But we need more discard stuff. And you're like, wow, this is awful. What was I thinking? This is one of those times where I'm thinking, wow, this is awful. What was I thinking? Being able to remove some strength from him is actually really good. Because now he's going to be very manageable. And by very manageable, I mean hopefully I can manage. Dash is a fine card. I don't think we need this defend, because we play after image first, be smart. SMRT, smart. Beautiful. I need some way to gain strength or something, because this is so slow going. That's not what I want. I've actually lost all sense of what I'm even talking about. I had some kind of tangent that I was going off on, and now we're here in the slog, not even having a tangent anymore. Maybe my tangent was done. I don't even remember. That's where I'm at in my life. Everything I've said so far is... it's decently true. I'm sort of kidding. I'm half kidding. No, more than half kidding. Definitely more than half. Another wraith form, or another wraith form, another after image. No thanks. Hey, how about you're dead? No, just let me kill him. Please. Backstab, beautiful. Already upgraded? Pristine. Upgrade to attacks. That could be really good. I would really love to get Paper Crane. But we run into this situation again where I don't have the money. So I'm going to save my money. I'm going to do the smart businessmanly thing. Businessmanly? Whatever, you know what I mean. Do the businessman thing. I did that mostly just to enable that. Seemed like a smart idea at the time. Alright, backstab is really good, actually. You can just keep adding them to your deck. Bada bing, bada boom. You gotta... something going, brewing. That's a spicy meat. Look, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know if you've noticed this. At this point, I'm just saying things. I'm saying whatever comes to mind. Which I guess is not a half bad way of doing commentary for these videos. There definitely are worse ways of thinking of things to say to fill the time while I play Slay the Spire. What are those worse ways? Get back to me. I'll get back to you actually on that. No, I don't want this. Yeah, I don't want this wound. Alright, cool. Okay, that's actually fine because we have Cursed Key. Dagger Spray, please. I desperately need to rest. I desperately need the, like, AoE ability, though. Oh my god, I would love to get Shuriken. Finesse is good. That's about all I'm going to say about that. I think I'm just going to remove a Strike. I think Strike is the weakest card in her deck right now. I don't think anyone would disagree with me on that. I think we need to make this an 8 because it's really helping us out with staying alive. The song by... oh god. Am I really about to out myself? The Bee Gees. There we go. I'm really about to out my lack of knowledge of who... It's the Bee Gees, right? I'm hoping to god it's the Bee Gees. Why did I not drink that to begin with? I don't know, dude. I'm hoping above hope that I got the name of whoever sang no, wait, no, is it? Oh god. Oh no, they're gonna know. They're gonna know that I don't know who sang Staying Alive. What am I to do? I can't come up with a diversion. Wait, I discarded a card though. Had I not? I swear I had discarded a card. I'm almost 100% certain I discarded a card. My whole line of play was predicated on having discarded a card. Huh. Well. I think we can just glass knife you twice. Where are we gaining this strength from? Oh, the potion. But of course. The potion. How could I have forgotten? Now that we have Frail, we're in a very bad spot. We still have a decent amount of damage, which is nice, thanks to the strength potion. I almost clicked off that Envenom, that's what that weird sound that you heard me make was. Definitely need to use that. Then I think we just need to defend. Give me a backstab, because that's the things that you want, I think, is like stuff that exhausts itself. This is awful. Oh my goodness. What the heck? I think that's fine. I'm actually dead, so it's not fine. But, at least it frees me from this prison of my own making. Of playing the Silent. There's a reason that I have the Silent on Ascension 2, and the other is not on Ascension 2. And it's because I'm not a huge fan of the Silent. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. With, dude, I don't even know anymore. You know? You can comment that if you feel like it. I really don't care. Subscribe for more in the future if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.